So this is going to be a tour of Red Rocket Truck Stop. This is the where I've basically made home base throughout the game playing Fallout. They kind of want you to start in Sanctuary, but I actually ended up making it Red Rocket because I felt like it would be more prone to raider attacks. I thought there'd be a little bit more action there based on how the game starts. And I also thought that using the truck station and the gas station, building something around that would be a little bit cooler than just building houses in Sanctuary. I'm gonna fast travel there and take a look at what I've done over the 300 hours that I've been playing this game so far. And really what it comes down to is just adding pieces and pieces. Not like I sat down and built this thing from scratch and then left it the way it was. It's constantly been altered over the several DLC packs. So before we go in, we'll just take a look at the outside. Um, and you can see I've kind of made a wall around the buildable areas of Red Rocket so that I could expand into the more open space. The very beginning, I actually think about changing these walls because this was the only walls available when the game started. But I also wanted to build. So you see that giant Nuka-Cola icon at the top. I wanted to keep going because I saw that someone had made that giant penis of lights, and I thought it'd be cool if it just kept going like a skyscraper into the sky. But let me give you a little tour. You come in here, and I only wanted one entrance so I could defend it better. And you come in, and you can see I have some of the weapons, some of the weapon racks that you can get in more of the further DLCs. And I added some of the weapons that I use the most often. It's kind of a display there. I also use this room quite a bit. This is where the workbench is, but it's where my three first power armor suits are. This was the first X1 suit that I ended up maxing out. This was the one of the ones you get from I think the Brotherhood, and then this is one of the first lower end mech suits. Now you're gonna start to see a bunch of containers throughout, this tour, and each one of them I use, and each one of them has a different purpose. So first, those legs open that and get some air, and also allows some of the settlers to come in and out a little bit easier. So this filing cabinet here, I keep all my mods in. It's mods from either weapons or power armor, and it's one place where I know, because sometimes you upgrade and it just keeps them in your inventory, but you can't really remove them unless. Let's see if I have any in here now. So I got a couple in here now that I would just transfer over, and if I need them, I can come get them. There's some, you can see some power armor mods, some of the robot mods too, sentry heads and legs that you can build some of the robots with. I keep them all here. No, I do not want to take them all. So up here, the cooler, I keep the weapons that I use most often. So you'll see a lot of these are some of the legendary weapons, or ones that just are fun to use, like the Broadsider. Anything that I've upgraded has Duke in front of it, or it says Duke's Harpoon Gun, Duke's Last Minute Gauss, Duke's new shotgun, quad missile launcher. Those are the ones I know that I've made enhancements to, so that I know which ones to pick up. Anything that doesn't have that, I haven't really upgraded yet. Some of these new ones, like the Thirst Zapper, you get in the new Nuka-Cola DLC, are pretty fun. But it's just, these are the ones I wanted to use the most often, so I have readily available, and they're right next to the workbench in case I need to use them. So the workbench is there. Come out here, and we'll go into some of the decorative section of. Now, I'm kind of pissed off about this because I had all of these models, all of the robot models, and I think they fell through the map. But I had them all set up there, and for some reason they don't agree very well when you put them on display. But I had all four of them, and now you can only see the Protectron model. And I have all of the mounted heads of all the beasts that you encounter, and of course the magazines that you you get throughout the game. Actually, you know what? I can add the latest issues of Scav here. It's kind of funny. I didn't really use this sorting function until way later in the game. But yeah. So there's all 4 issues of Scav. Get those in the latest DLC. In here, Strong always hangs out in here next to the chemistry station, but there's nothing really going on in here. Armor workbench and a couple of shelves that I was trying to balance some stuff on, but they always keep falling off. Here, though, is where I keep most of the legendary stuff that I don't want to sell.
You like brother.
So in here, you'll see everything is either armor or weapons, and it's stuff that either I haven't gotten to yet, or just I want to keep around for maybe building a full suit. But typically I'll dump everything in here. That's legendary. See if I have anything else. I don't. You'll see as I'm walking around that I'm encumbered. And I have the perk that allows me to continue to walk, but if you're in build mode, I think it goes away. So a couple of more decorative things. I got all the bobbleheads on display here. That's part of the main game. And the armor rack, which I got the... whose armor do you defeat? And they give you... actually...
So much walking. Want to do more fighting?
I believe that is the main enemy in the mechanics layer. I think, if I remember correctly. I can't really...
World is bigger than Strong knew.
So you come out here, got a cooking stove that I usually cook all my food on. If you happen to notice all the voices too, it's because this main base is where I get all my companions, and I leave them here. So you'll constantly hear them talk throughout this. Right next to it is where I keep all of the aid functions. So any drugs, chems, flowers, food, Nuka-Cola.
Up 100 miles.
So anything here I typically drop in there. You'll notice I have all the Nuka-Cola stuff right now because I'm trying to get the Nuka-Cola achievement where you mix all 20 flavors.
If I knew there was a pile of caps waiting for me at the end.
Strong getting hungry.
Shut up, Strong.
Want someone to eat.
This is just an area I put other stuff.
Not many super mutants.
General weapons and stuff that maybe I want to sell later. Anything really. I usually only carry 2 or 3 weapons with me at one time. So that's how I know most of the stuff. Ooh.
So you got a ride of choice? I'm usually a mentat school
That doesn't
myself.
belong in there.
Makes me feel intellectual.
Humans all look funny.
So out here is where the food is. You see Hancock's tending to the food. And then right here he's got some more place to cook, and then there's some decorative stuff down here. I'm going to change this though, because I don't like the way this side of the settlement looks. But you may hear a Deathclaw, and the Deathclaw, he's my pet. He's glowing now. He never used to be glowing. That's something that's new that happened, and I'll show you why that's. I'll show you why I'm able to have him. I think there's a device you can buy that tames any animal. That's part of the Cage DLC pack, and then of course there's the doghouse. there's a few other settlements here. All right, here is the main area where I keep all the power armor. So basically, from left to right is the power armor that I've collected, earliest to latest. I think I'm still working on this one, trying to find a helmet. But you'll see a lot of like the flames, power armor. Each one of them is equipped with a different material mod. There's the Vim model. It's the Nuka-Cola one that you get in the latest DLC. One of these I stole. Can't remember. Oh yeah, from the Atom Cats. I stole that one. And then it goes all the way down. I always keep one area open, and I have. So out of all the power armor, how many is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And there's 3 in there. So that's 16 plus 1 at Sanctuary, 17. I have 3 in Far Harbor, and then 3 in Midwall. So I got about 23 sets of power armor so far. And then up here, I just have a quick defense system, and you can see I built cages all up and down here. That's how I caught the death claw, but I removed them all because I wasn't going to use them, and they're just taking up space. Also down here, I never used, I think, the artillery once throughout the entire game, but I always felt like, I think this pretty much would hit the ceiling. But I kept it here just because this guy is always here. He doesn't leave even at nighttime, and it's right next to the siren. So if this settlement is ever attacked, he runs over, turns on the alarm, and everybody gets alert. It's a really easy way to have your settlement get on alert quickly, rather than have some guy just go, "What was that?" And then like it takes 10 minutes for them to all get their act together. So that's a little trick. You always put it right next to the guy on the artillery. I also closed up this area over here so that there's only one entrance. A couple of beds. Who's in here? Go upstairs now. Oh, I didn't mention these things. So I've got a couple of storage things here. I think this one's empty. No, this one's empty. But this one actually houses all of the power armor, either mods or additional pieces that I need to build. So I'm still looking for a helmet for that one. So that's where all the mods get stored in there. And this is just a general storage rack where I can store armor for sale later. I guess there's some guns in here too. Actually, a lot of this is pretty expensive. No, it's not. Heavy boss. Oh, I have some of those spacesuit costumes that are pretty expensive, that's right. So I think I must have attacked some Brotherhood guys lately, because I'm pretty sure that's who wears the boss combat. And I've got the marine armor from the Far Harbor DLC, and then I got a couple of jumpsuits for the Vault DLC. I carry this around, but I don't generally wear it. Let's go upstairs.
It's astounding how much we still have to discover out here.
So that's the thing that keeps the Death Claw at bay. Beta wave emitter. I got the radio beacon on. I got my fusion power plant up here. So up here is where, and there's nobody here, because it's probably in the middle of the night. You know what? Let's fix that.
This was weak leader. Strong
Let's see.
glad to be rid of him.
I want to see these guys get post.
Someday, super mutants kill everything.
So I got all the people attending the shops, and it's an easy way to sell and buy stuff. I like the way it looks. I might give them some shelter overhead and some lighting, but I haven't gotten to that yet. As for the rest, There's generally nothing too great about my shelter here. It's just some settlers that have some beds. Try to decorate it a little bit. Greedy, just hanging out. I did give myself a room, and it's on the bottom floor. And so one thing that I'm kind of annoyed that Fallout does is it doesn't allow you to put away all the tapes and things, or it doesn't allow you to sort them very good. So you're always going through your inventory, and so you get these notes and everything, and they're classified as miscellaneous. So what I do is I just go through, after I finish the DLC, I go through and just dump as much shit as possible that'll allow me to. So there's some stuff you can't give away, like the wind turbine code. Um, Actually, you can probably get rid of that in a different. So you can't get. So this was part of a quest in the main game. You can't get rid of like gold, tungsten. I think there's silver or something. Trish's note you can't get rid of. Technical documents you can. They're useless to me now. I can't. I'm enemies of the Brotherhood, so I can't use them anymore. The Pip-Boys are part of the DLC, the Vault DLC, so I'll keep those. These are the map pamphlets. Weight value, weight and value both 0. They're useless. I'm gonna keep those. Hydrochloric acid you can't get rid of. Pretty sure I found those on the ground. Can't get rid of any Edima's memory. Book return tokens. I don't remember what. Don't need them. I stole those from the arcade. I'll keep them though, because I need to win more tickets. So anyway, that allows me to store them in place if I ever need to go back to them. Footlocker, that's where I put grenades and mines.
Milk of human kindness soon.
So you'll see like cryo grenades. I just try and if I ever have a big cache, and they do. If you have a couple dozen of these, they do take up a lot of weight, even though they're only 0.5. So. And here are some of the game's more notable outfits. I think I got. Some people give you their outfits after you defeat them. Mascot head. So that top hat shouldn't be in there, but we'll deal with that later. But just other general stuff. Kind of my area. The rest of it's just, again, beds. The Vault Tech rep. I can't believe he actually. So you see him in the main game too, and you can convince him to come to one of your settlements. So once you get to the top, I haven't really finished this, but I just thought it was a nice area to go up on top. That's kind of it. So I continue to build this. Jezebel. Alright, so that's a tour of Red Rocket Truck Stop. Some of my other settlements are kind of neat too. So if I ever get a chance, I may do more tours. And you can see my network of caravan supplies. Pretty much have one going to every settlement. I started really early with the Red Rocket. You can see most of the routes come from Red Rocket, and then the secondary was Starlight Drive, and I thought that was a good area to build a settlement. But most of my settlements have 20 people. There's a few that have, their teens, or like, for example, which one was it? Yeah, the layer here. I was gonna build all robots here, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. The beach is a growing one. They constantly go to 20, and then I send those settlers to other places that don't grow. Same thing with the manor. So, I think Finch Farm was recently attacked, and that's why there's 16. And then these 3 lines are going to Far Harbor, and it's weird that the one settlement that you can build in Nuka World, which would be around here, doesn't show any routes. Oh, I did screw up. I sent Nick Valentine as a caravan guy. I thought I was sending him back to a settlement. I actually set him up as just a supply, and I've lost him. I can't find out where or I would meet up with him again. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. I'm pretty sure he went from Far Harbor all the way back to the truck stop here, but I don't know how to, like, what do I do? Just walk across the world until I bump into him? I don't know how that works. It'd be nice to know, though, because I miss him back in my, as my main settlement. So if anybody knows, let me know. And that'll do it.